I've had rheumatoid arthritis for 55 years, and during the course of that time I have been had every treatment that a physician could come up with. If it was any medication that came on the market, they experimented with me, because if you have arthritis, you know that nothing works things will work briefly, and then your body adjusts and you're off and running again. You have to find something new that will work, and so doctors were constantly trying to find the magic bullet that would keep my symptoms under control. Since seeing Dr. Rhodes, I have not had to take any medication, and let's see, how many years? 7 years? I'm 7 years now with no medication. But prior to that time, I was on heavy painkillers. I was on prednisone, Neurontin, methotrexate was the final drug that they were using to control the arthritis. All those things only work temporarily, and then you have to keep upping the dose, changing the medication. And all of those things have horrible side effects. Because I was on steroids from the time I was 6, my teeth didn't develop normally. X-rays when I was in my 20s showed that my osteoporosis was like that of a person who was already 70 years old. So I continued to lose motion. I continued to have constant pain. For me, I have been in pain from the time I was 6 until 7 years ago, taking heavy doses of medication and being very limited in what I could do, because I could only be on my feet or use my hands or do whatever for a short period of time. In October of 2001, I came to Dr. Rhodes. 11 days later, I was pain-free. I'd never had a day like that. I didn't even know what that felt like. It was such an incredible feeling. You can see my head, you can't see my hands, but my if you see them now, there's no indication of arthritis there. When I saw Dr. Rhodes, I couldn't, there would be times when I couldn't pick up the covers to cover myself at night. I couldn't open the simplest things that everybody takes for granted, that my hands simply wouldn't do. I was a nurse working in the OR, and tearing a bag of normal saline open I couldn't do it. I had to use scissors to do that simple operation. I would be starting an IV and my hands would freeze on me and not work. Just incredible problems that since October of 2001 I have had none of those problems. The arthritis hit my knees when I was 6 years old, and so the disease went from knees to ankles to hips to everywhere else. And orthopedic surgeons, since I was 36, I'm now 61, but when I was 36, that was when they first told me that I was a candidate for total knee surgery. And basically what the surgeons told me was that they would go in and attempt to do the total knee. If the bone simply would not maintain, they would have the option of fusing, or I could have my legs amputated and could go with a prosthesis. And so this was what I was looking at until October of 2001. And when I came to see Dr. Rhodes, and I am still bone on bone, but I have no pain. When I was on all of the medication that medical science just had deemed the miracle drug of that year, there were always the side effects. There were always these awful side effects. Dr. Rhodes' treatment takes care of all of the rheumatoid arthritis symptoms There are no side effects except that you feel so much better. If you have a headache, it goes away. If you have a cold, it goes away. If you're just kind of blue, it goes away. Everything, when I run the electricity, it not only maintains my arthritis so that it's not an issue. I have it, but it's not there, and so that's fine with me. But my osteoporosis has improved. My dental, the jaw, all of this has improved. I have no headaches. I don't have stomach problems. I had so much indigestion. That's all gone. And so I am a new person.